Hey there, thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the tools that have helped me make financial progress. If I look at my financial life as a whole, and specifically what's happened this year and the things that I've done this year for my financial life, I like to be very detailed in outlining what has worked for me financially and what has not worked, and to recall those things that have worked and have been effective so that I can use them more in the future. So that's what I'm going to be exploring and sharing with you. So if you're interested in hearing more about the tools that have helped me in my financial life, then just keep watching. Okay, so when it comes to my personal finance journey, I can say that I've intentionally been paying attention to my finances for about the past 10 years. That doesn't mean I've always made the best decisions in my financial life, but I have been keeping track of the decisions that I've made, and I've been making a conscious effort to make better and better decisions. So I guess you could say I've been committed to financial growth for the past 10 years. Once more, as a disclaimer and kind of background on me, I don't come from a financial background. I don't come from a financially savvy family, and I wasn't a numbers person. I'm still not naturally a numbers person. Numbers don't come easy to me. I find that I have to double, triple check my numbers all the time to make sure that I haven't made silly mistakes, but I have decided that I want to be good with money and I want to intentionally make good decisions financially. So that's just kind of my standard background and history on who I am financially. So what really made me want to make better financial decisions is racking up a whole bunch of credit card debt, realizing that I didn't want to continue to live this way, and then deciding to live differently. So at that point, I made the decision to get out of credit card debt. It took about 2.5 years. At the time, I wasn't making any steady income, so I went from an income of zero to an income of about $30,000, and it took me about 2.5 years to pay off my credit card debt. So when I look at the specific tools that helped me in my financial life at that point, the number one most effective tool that helped me was keeping track of my numbers every single day. I would track all of my spending to the point where I got a little bit granular and probably a little bit over detailed. But at that point, I couldn't be detailed enough because I went from a place of being not detailed at all and having no detail whatsoever to kind of overcompensating and keeping track of each and every single dollar, every cent that I spent. And that was how I was able to get out of credit card debt. It was a long and painful slog, and I can't emphasize this enough because that type of financial transformation and financial change took a long time. For me, 2.5 years felt like an eternity, and the only way I did it was kind of incrementally, like little bits at a time. So that is sort of the first financial transformation and the first tool that I used financially. And as I look at my life again holistically, I've come up with 3 tools that have really made a big difference to me in my financial life. So these 3 tools that have made the biggest difference to me in my financial life are the following. Number 1 is financial accountability and my financial friends that hold me accountable and that help me stay on the right track. Tool number 2 is information, and that includes books, podcasts, and YouTube videos that I read and consume as a way to educate myself and to learn more. The third tool that has helped me make progress in my financial life is a structured period of accountability dedicated to growth. So for me, that happened to look like the 12-week year, but it was just kind of loosely based on the 12-week year, and it was a period where I devoted 12 weeks to intense growth and developing new habits. I completed that type of structured program 3 times in my life so far, and I can't wait to do it more because that's probably one of the most effective ways of changing habits is to committing to implementing that habit and measuring the effects of that habit and my success in implementing that habit over a period of 12 weeks. Okay, so tool number 1, accountability and financial friends. This has been huge for me, and I really put this above anything else because I find that the tool of accountability has been invaluable to me in my financial growth. That's really the only way that I'm able to make any progress is by being accountable to myself first. And also, as a person of faith, I am someone that believes in giving back a portion of my financial earnings and releasing that as a way of acknowledging that nothing I have comes from myself. That's a very controversial topic, but that's something that I believe very strongly in. But all of that goes to say that accountability has been my number one most effective tool toward making financial progress. So for me, how I'm using accountability in my day-to-day life this year, and really the year before that, is that I have a really, really wonderful financial accountability group that meets weekly, and I love these people, and they're always challenging and supporting me, and I really value their friendship and their input. They've helped me gain clarity in my own financial journey and helped me to uncover the answers that I already know I have in myself about what I need to do and how I need to proceed financially. I also can't overstate the importance of being financially accountable to myself, and I would encourage you to remember that you deserve accountability and that really understanding why you do what you do and being very clear and intentional about your actions, being accountable to yourself is the quickest way to make lasting, sustainable financial progress. It will not be overnight, but it will be lasting and it will be sustainable. The second tool that has helped me make financial progress is information and educating myself. I put this as the second tool because in my own experience, I can have all the head knowledge in the world, but if I don't actually make it work in my life, then all that head knowledge is useless. And I've seen this as well in friends and acquaintances who are very smart people, be financially brilliant people, but they just don't make the best financial decisions in their own life. So it's really important for me to put into practice the information that I have. That said, education is essential, and it is essential for me to continue educating myself, especially in the area of finance, because this isn't something that I either went to school for or grew up with. So I'm self-taught, and it's really important for me to continue educating myself in order to grow further and beyond where I am today. The third tool that has helped me make financial progress is a set period committed to growth. So for me this year, this took the shape of completing the 12-week year program. I will link a playlist of my 12-week year videos up here because this is something that I have done 3 times in the past. And every single time I start at week 1 and make it all the way through to week 12, I have seen tremendous growth. Even if I don't do as well as I set out to do, simply starting at week 1 and making it through to week 12 has made the biggest change to my financial life because I have committed to the process of measuring myself. And simply by committing to that process, by starting and finishing it, I have seen tremendous growth. I can't overstate this enough in that committing to a set period of growth, especially if you have other people around you to keep you accountable, that for me has been one of the most powerful tools to my financial growth really ever. So there you go. Those are the 3 tools that have helped me make financial progress both this year and in my financial life as a whole. I hope this has been helpful for you. Please share in the comments down below any tools that you have used that have helped you make financial progress. I know there are some of you out there with really amazing stories, and I love hearing from you in the comments about the tools that have helped you. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll keep watching. Bye.